All right. Check it out. Check it out. Thanks again for everybody that's tuning in. This is another segment, episode of Two Sides the Podcast. Two Sides the Podcast. It's Speaker Brandon Gillespie here. Got a special guest on the line with us this evening, Brother Saint Penn, artist extraordinaire, producer, entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let him have the floor so he can introduce everything he has going on. And we're going to let y'all know about tonight's discussion, State of Confusion, Part 2. It's all yours, Saint.
Yeah, appreciate you for that, brother. Yeah, like you said, my name is Saint Penn, artist based out of Houston, Texas. Originally from Jasper, Texas, 409 area code. Um, I've been doing music since about 2017. I started when I was like 23. Um, I have one solo album out called Follow Your Heart. You can find that on all platforms. I have a clothing line based off of the graphics from that album. It's called Follow Your Heart as well. Um, I have my own studio called the League Studios. It's on the southwest side of Houston, Texas, off of Harwin in Fonda. What's up, man? How are you? Doing good. How you? All right. Yes, sir. And then yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I got a team of guys I work with, man. We just building from the ground, trying to build it to the top, man. That's about it. And just I just believe in putting in the work, man. From on all sides of it, anything I need to know, I go out my way, I learn it, and we get it done. No excuses. But that's basically it.
Definitely, definitely. Powerful, brother. Powerful. Yeah, for the amount of years I've been knowing you, man, I definitely been watching the growth and the mastery of your craft, and you definitely been doing your thing. So I definitely commend you on the consistent success as well as the commitment that you have put forth in your craft into bringing your music forward, but also bringing the messages in your music as well, to the people and to the masses, to not just make uh, just any kind of music, but to make music of substance, to get people to think as well as learn something from. So we appreciate you for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I always, that's just my thing, man. I just try to, as I learn, I teach. You know what I'm saying? As I learn, I teach. Uh, I, I, I try to keep it. I try to do it in a fun, realistic way. I'm not trying to be a preacher or nothing like that. But at the same time, as I go through things and do what I got to do to overcome those things, I try to just write down, jot it down. Music almost like my diary and such. One thing I believe, my thing is I try to just, they say I write to an audience of one, and the audience I've always just been trying to write to is really just I write as if I'm talking to my younger self. Like if it was something that like like something that I might not have knew then that I know now. You know what I'm saying? So I try to write it from that perspective. Um, and yeah, I just love music, man. I just love it, man. It's just natural. It's just and I just try to do everything I can to make it happen. That's it. To make this dream a reality. I'm in too deep now to turn around now. So shit, we gonna see it through. You know.
Definitely, definitely. I respect that. Yeah, you definitely in too deep. So you got to keep moving. You got to keep progressing just to get even more bigger and make an even more bigger impact. You know what I'm saying? With everything that you're speaking through your music. Because like I said, again, from my perspective, I definitely appreciate the substance as well as the craft mastery within it. You know what I'm saying? You just not rapping and be rapping. You can tell that there's a reason and there's a mission behind it, and I definitely respect that for sure.
So thank you.
Yeah, man. But
And
without further ado, I know you're on a time limit, but I definitely wanted you to chime in on a few subjects real quick regarding the state of confusion. And what I mean by the state of confusion, just talking about the masses, the overall species of human, period. We living in a time where you have all types of human beings, whether they be black, white, Asian, or whomever, that's putting themselves in strange manners and committing strange acts. You know what I'm saying? And I know you shared one video with me, and I want to play that video real quick, just a snippet of it. And I definitely want to get your feedback as well as I'm going to commentate on it as well, real quick.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Honorable. And the Bible said, when you find a wife, you find favor with God, honey. I found some favor with. And I wish somebody would mess with my wife, Jordan. Talking about what you gonna do if you see her. Well, you will see me on the news. Let me just tell you that right now. Talking about what you gonna do if you see her. You better walk by and say, praise the Lord. That's what you better do. Because that's my wife. And she grown. She didn't need nobody to sign no paperwork for her. Now, if this was out in the streets, y'all be saying she made it come up. But you a hypocrite. So don't you forget the Bible says marriage is honorable. And the Bible said when you find a wife, you find favor with God, honey. I found some favor with.
So I needed to stop it right there because the brother, now this is a 63-year-old preacher, according to what's being shown there on Instagram, who's giving praise and who's acknowledging God in finding this 18-year-old wife that he's definitely putting out there and telling everybody they better not look at her, they better not say nothing to her, they better just keep walking and saying praise the Lord, for lack of better words. When you see something like that, or not alone hear something like that, my brother, what level of confusion do you feel that's at play when you hear something like that?
Like on a scale, like
Yeah,
1 to 10, or
how
just
would you rate it?
I can get that one. I get that one about a 7. I give it about a 7. Cause I mean, on one end, I mean, that's all right, no problem. Because on one end, no problem, bro. On one end, there was the lady is the girl is legal. You know what I mean? The girl is legal, but at the same time, it would be different if this girl was like 24, 25, and he's 63. But 18 is just like, and 18, it's one thing to be 18 and that's your girlfriend, 18 and that's your wife. I know ain't no man just, especially at 63, just appreciate it, bro. Ain't no man just about to just marry no random woman without putting some time in and really getting to know that woman. So if you marrying this girl at 18, how long have you really been talking to her? That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't prove it, but I know you had to be in this young lady's life longer than that, you know. So, and if you was her elders, like old enough to be her grandfather age, and people trusting you to be there to people trusting you to be there to mold God or something like that, and then but you trying to get your Mac on. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. So
Definitely,
uh,
definitely, definitely. Yeah, and I definitely agree with you. Yes, at the end of the day, she is 18, 19, whatever years old. Uh,
mm-hmm.
but we see the whole moral mindset of it.
Doing good. How you?
Uh,
All right. My
I
fault.
know people looking at it like, he got to be crazy, throw God behind it. I mean, but just to be adamantly pushing the subject, I find kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, that. And I think my yeah he's very bold about it. He's very bold about it. I mean, at least he's not hiding it at the same time. I feel like more than anything, my confusion is really with his congregation more than anything. Because I ain't like after seeing some things, it's just like I can't co-sign this. I can't allow you to be my spiritual leader moving like this, man. Come on now, like I seen another story about a pastor, and it was a pastor. He introduced the pastor to his first to the first husband of the church. You know what I'm saying? And still, it's just like, man, what's the point of us going to church every week if we gonna just do what we want to do anyways? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We gotta follow the. We read this book to follow the rules of the book. At least come as close to it as we can. And when your leader is so blatantly against it, like how you supposed to follow this guy and think that this is gonna get you somewhere? You know?
Definitely, definitely. Like you say, it's just that that whole leadership uh, category. I mean, because
Mhm.
probably if he wasn't a leader or over nobody, I mean, people would probably still look at him strange, but they wouldn't care too much. But being that you're a leader over an entire church, uh,
Mhm.
we feel somebody got to set the example. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be the example. But in his frame of mind, he is setting the example in oh so many ways.
Yeah, he bold with it too. That's the crazy part. He just bold with it.
Yeah,
He
definitely in oh so many ways. But I feel, definitely it's at a state of confusion where you just amplifying the situation. And like you stated, just being so bold about it and speaking as if no one should question the situation. I mean, people gonna question because you two doorsteps away from 17, and like you said, how long you actually been talking, or have you been talking ever since she was 18? You know what I'm saying? How long you been looking at this girl?
come on.
How long you been
Yeah,
watching?
come on.
So
When did this relationship change? When did it blossom? Like when did and who is she to you? How do you know this girl? I know you ain't meet her on Facebook, you know. What's your relationship like with the girl parents? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because really,
yeah,
you grandparents age.
definitely,
uh,
definitely, yeah.
was she a member of the church? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Probably was a
crazy.
member. She was born,
Yep.
and that's the what is it? Imps, Epstein, whatever that dude name is.
Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, and that's out of that playbook right there,
Yep.
straight out of that playbook. But yeah,
Yep.
man, I definitely want to stretch that as much as I can. But I know you're on a time limit. I'm gonna
Yeah.
play a quick snippet of this other video real quick, just to open up a little commentary,
Okay.
where it states about how a family adopted black kids but end up making them slaves.
Okay. All right.
All right, y'all, buckle up for this story. So, a white West Virginia couple adopted some black kids, and then they used them as slaves. This is incredible. A wealthy West Virginia couple have been accused of forcing their adopted black children to work as slaves and live inside of a locked barn. Donald Ray Lance, 63 years old, and Jean K. Whitefeather, 62, of Charleston, West Virginia, pled not guilty on Tuesday to multiple new charges after their kids were found locked in a dilapidated shed after laboring on the surrounding farmland. The judge presiding over the case said the couple targeted their 5 kids, age 16, 14, 11, 9, and 6. Jesus Christ. Because of their race, and they were, quote, used basically as slaves. So again, let's reiterate here. 16-year-old, 14-year-old, 11-year-old, 9-year-old, and 6-year-old used as slaves. According
Man. When just the opening of that introduction was just crazy. And this is in the now time. So I mean, how do you feel when you hear something like that? I mean, that's on an all-time high confusion, if you ask me, and
That's a
defilement.
10. Yeah, that's a 10 of 10. That's crazy. That is, we in 2024, and to think that that's still going on. I think the very first question that came to my mind was really just how many people are there out there that's really in how many that's in how many kids are there out there that's really in similar situations, you know?
Right.
Because yeah, they might have caught this one, but that's just one person. Like a lot, if they think like that, there's other people out here that think like that, and I like. And I'll even use an example, like a close friend of mine, a female friend. She was actually raised by some people that weren't supposed to raise her. Like she was born like it's a weird story. Like her father her father raped her mother, and her
Mm.
mother was like 9. Her father was like 18 years old. It was his little sister. The family had the baby inseminated into another woman who was,
Oh,
I
wow.
guess, who was like the father's the father's girlfriend at the time or whatever.
Right.
So she ends up she ends up yeah yeah. So she ends up carrying the child like kind of a surrogate mother type stuff. But then the lady ends up at some point in time, she decides she wants to terminate the pregnancy well after the time for termination. So she drank bleach to kill the baby. And the baby was born and declared deceased on birth, but she actually survived. And yeah, I believe she told me they sent her to Africa for the first couple of years, but then her family was trying to adopt her back, and it was somehow the same lady who um drunk the bleach for her not to be alive anymore was able to like change her identity and actually adopt her. And then she's with the same she was with the girl's father who was already he molested his sister, and those two raised this girl. And I'm telling you, if you listen to her tell like the story she tells
Yeah.
about her childhood, it's just crazy. Like you'll be looking at it and you look like, bro, this shit can't be real. Like you really went through that shit, like you know what I'm saying? And like
Man.
she like you get home from school and you go in your room. She's talking about her room was a closet for years. You know what I'm saying? Like she was damn near like she damn near was a hostage. And these two people that was raising her, they are literally on child offender list. But the thing is, they deal with they got some connections, and they done changed the name, and and shit they've been able to escape going to like prison or being any repercussions for all these years. But the whole time, like the girl was being raised by these people thinking that they was her family and just not knowing and just wondering, I guess, why she was being treated this way. But then she found out, like, I believe, like 4 years ago, that this lady wasn't even her real mother in the real story of everything. And yeah, like, them people severely abused her. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and that's just, like I said, that's just another instance of just, when these kids get adopted, you just never know what type of home they're going into, because in the day, like, I might not want to be a daycare worker, but you know who would? Somebody, a pedophile, you know what I mean? So not everybody that's teaching, you know what I'm saying, is teaching because of the pureness. Some people is doing them type of jobs because they want to be around them kids for impure reasons, and we
Hmm.
gotta be conscious of that type of stuff.
Yeah, man, definitely, definitely. It is definitely something we gotta stay aware of, and like you say, conscious of, because these sick, demented human beings are definitely out here, and they coming in all type of shapes, colors, and variety. Uh,
Yep.
and it's definitely crazy. It's definitely crazy. But um, I know you gotta move on. We definitely
Yeah.
gonna have you back, man. When you got more time, you know what I'm saying. That way we can definitely expound on a few other things, and we can actually showcase some of your videos as well. While we do.
I'm down to come through next week if it's cool. I'm down to come back again next week. I just this week I ended up picking up a shift, so I'm
It's
kind of
all
out of
good.
there right now.
Good. Yeah, we'll set it up. We'll definitely set it up because we can actually do it at any time, and then we can just pre-record it or whatnot. So it's all good.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Yeah.
definitely all
Yeah. Let's do
good.
it.
But
Yes, sir.
definitely appreciate your time, brother. Continue to do great work in the land, and continue to stay focused out here. And we're gonna link and definitely put the next one together.
Yes, sir. Thank you too, man. I want to say, man, keep doing what you're doing. You're definitely a great example of what I believe more black men need to be.
Respect.
Um, so- yeah. So I definitely appreciate you what you do and how you do it. You know what I'm saying? You're a real one. There's a lot of people that claim to be a certain type of way or like saved and holier than thou, but nah, you're a real one, man. And I say that because you not even myself, even running into you at Kenny Wedding, you know what I'm saying? That's my little bro, you know what I'm saying? I don't be around him as much now just because we same age, and it reached a certain point where I had to elevate, you got to cut certain people off. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, to see that you still been around helping them out on some mentor shit through all these years. You know what I'm saying? And just even how you pulled up on us, just humble yourself and just come chop it up with some Bibles in the studio, the Bible with some kids in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of
Yes, sir.
people, a lot of people that with the word, or a lot of people that we get to a certain point where we start feeling like we're too good to 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 come be around the average person. You know what I'm saying? Too good to hang with people. But a lot of times, the only way people can start changing is if they get a taste of people that's, what I'm saying, that's doing better, you know what I'm saying? Because if all I'm saying is people doing the wrong thing, shit, that's the only thing I got hope for. But once I get to seeing people doing right and moving right, and I'm seeing real examples of it, and I'm seeing, okay, what they doing that I'm not doing, it make it a little bit easier to do it. So yeah, man, definitely keep doing what you're doing, man. We definitely appreciate you, brother. And whenever you need me to come back, I definitely am with it, man. I'm definitely with it.
For sure, man. For sure. For sure. All glory be to God. I definitely appreciate that, brother. And we
Yes,
we
sir.
definitely lock it in and make it happen. So
Yes,
once
sir.
again, my people, this is the Two Sides Podcast, and we're gonna check y'all out on the next one. Continue to tune in, subscribe, like, share. Let's get this mission going. Let's get this messages continually flowing, and we'll see you next time. Peace.